Welcome to BitBoy Crypto.
We can't let anybody else find out who we are. My eyes are up here. I personally would not advise that strategy. Yeah. Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, how to make money in crypto.
Oh, you're killing me.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben. That's it. That's the whole thing. It is 11:30 because you know we come to you every single day, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. Today is February 7th, 66 degrees in the new BitBoy Crypto studio.
Oh, chill.
Guys, Bitcoin go up? What? Is it true? Is Bitcoin going up? Is our long national or international nightmare, is it over? Are we ready to go back to the moon? I'm not quite willing to say that yet. Not quite willing to say that. I think today we're going to be taking a lot of looks at whether or not this is real. Can you believe this? And I'm going to tell you the single biggest factor that's going to determine whether Bitcoin go up or Bitcoin go down. And here's a hint, maybe up to you. Ooh, that was a nice tease right there. But yeah, the price of Bitcoin is going up right now. We're going to have Frankie Candles on to talk charts here in a little bit. Hey, Shannon, good to see you guys. Captain Kirk, big shout out to our admins in the chat. Always here, making it happen every day. And guys, also want to let you know that later this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're probably going to have a little bit different of a stream as we're going to be traveling. And then we've got some stuff going on in our studio on Wednesday and also I think Monday too, because I'm gone Monday.
Yep. And I'm going to be out Monday and maybe Tuesday. Probably Monday and Tuesday also.
Yeah, I see people saying I burst their bubble. No. I don't want to say I'm bursting your bubble. What I want to tell you guys is we need to be, the phrase of the day here, cautiously optimistic. With each passing day and with each of these price pumps, I lean a little bit more to the bullish side, a little bit more. But I do not have the confidence that I had, like over the summer, even though we're seeing a lot of the same hallmarks. And we're going to talk a lot about that with, signs we're seeing on market Cipher B, which is very interesting on the weekly. In a bull market, what we saw this indicator, it's bullish. But in a bear market, as we have evidence of the last bear market, we got this indicator and it wasn't extremely bullish. So we'll be taking a look at that. But got a lot going on. We've got our meetup. You guys can check it out here on Twitter. If you go to BitBoy_crypto, you get about 4.2 tweets per week from me. 0 of those not insulting trolls. But the point here is we've got our meetup coming up in LA. It's in Santa Monica. Thursday night is going to be from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. PST. Altcoin Daily, Crypto Wendy-O, Crypto Stash also going to be there. We're going to be doing a Q&A. We usually do pictures and stuff like that. That's what people want. So looking forward to that. We've already had, how many people signed up in like 5 days?
How many?
Over 600. Wow. Then we got a big space for it. So you guys make sure to follow me on Twitter for all those latest updates. And don't forget to hit up all of our channels here on YouTube. We got several channels, Frankie Candles, NFT Update, Meta Money, BitBoy Bits, all of this stuff. And I hope you guys really enjoyed the video from yesterday. I think you guys are going to see a whole new emphasis. We got some big announcements coming for the channel here later this week. And big. It's big. Wait for you guys to earn easy money. Easy money. That's all I can say right now. That's all I can say. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, BitBoy_crypto. You guys check it out. We put reels and things, clips, memes, yada. All right, here we go. Looking at the markets. It is time for Crypto Watch. Look at this. This is CoinMarketCap. We took it back old school here. We're going to CoinMarketCap to see $2 trillion on CoinMarketCap. This is huge because, with CoinGecko, the numbers are inflated a little bit. The volume here, $81 billion. Bitcoin dominance back up 41.4%. You do expect to see that when you get a big move.
You might need a refresh. It's already 82 on my side. There you go.
Oh, man, refresh. Look at that refresh. Yeah, so anyways, and then it's going to cost you 83.5 Paraguays. Any transaction. Let's check this out here. Looking at the markets. Let's actually go to. Hey, how about this? Here's Coin360. You guys like Coin360?
Yeah, that's a fun one.
It's a good way to really demonstrate not only the value of each individual coin, the major coins here, but also you can kind of look at them in groups. This is obviously Bitcoin. This is obviously Ethereum. But then there's also other little groups here. These are independent layer 1 protocols for the most part. Other, you have these that are DBFT, that's Byzantine fault tolerance. I can't remember. Distributed Byzantine fault tolerance, I think. We got XRP over here. Scrypt. You've got, these are the kinds of chains these are. Ouroboros with the ADA. Then you have your Ethereum tokens up here. You can kind of see how they're all moving together. Because believe it or not, guys, these coins do actually move together a lot of times. Not necessarily by chain, but as you guys can see here on Masari, they posted the 7-day cumulative sector returns from crypto overall. And check this out. Top assets down 1.2%. Okay, yada, yada, yada. DeFi up 4.5%. Smart contract platforms up 7.7%. The vast majority of our holdings. Web3, 4.3%. And gaming, 3.1%. These are all the things we're the most interested in crypto for the most part. TJ, does anything stand out to you when you look at these sector returns?
I mean, I think the most obvious thing on that list right there is that currencies are, flat or marginally down, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the most notable thing to me.
For me, I would say we just covered a story last week. I think it maybe was from Arcane Research, where basically they were talking about how smart contract platforms had been down like 20% so far for the year. The biggest, downside action of all crypto niches. And I told you guys then, this has been the number one performing niche for us in the history of my portfolio, in our portfolio here at BitBoy Crypto. It might have been a good time. It might have been a good time. Could have got yourself a quick 7.7% pop there.
Yeah.
Depending on which ones you're in. Some are up much more than that. Some are up less than that. But, they do tend to move together. We saw it with all the the metaverse projects, last year moving together. So very interesting.
Yeah, I was actually looking at Phantom last night because some of those Cadena, Phantom, Avalanche, some of those newer smart contract platforms were some of the ones that got hit the hardest in that latest dump. And you see it today. They really recovered. Yeah,
we're going to take a look at that here in just a second. Here are some coins that Ethereum whales are buying. Just wanted to throw this out to you guys. Ethereum whales accumulating Polygon, Loopring, and 2 low-cap altcoins. Let's see what they are. Thank you, Nick. I'm looking slim today. Let's see what the 2 low-cap altcoins they are buying are. I honestly don't know what they are. Render token? That's one. Never even heard of that. It's number 8. Let's see.
Solid use case as things go forward. Rendering. I mean, just based on the name.
You assume it's rendering like a file storage kind of?
Yeah. In order for the metaverse to function the way we're envisioning it, the amount of computing, processing, and rendering needed to create these environments is insane. So you're not going to want to do that from one central server, most likely. So if you can come up with something that's, joint rendering, like Render, then I could see that doing well. But obviously extremely speculative. I've never heard of it.
It could be a scam. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it is, probably. Or these Ethereum whales wouldn't be buying it, but, they were big on buying Shiba too. So we've got Render and Sushi are the 2 low-cap altcoins. So I just don't usually consider Sushi a low-cap altcoin.
Me either.
Where is Render on CoinMarketCap? Might be an interesting one. It's coming in at number 97, so it just broke into the top 100. So, all right, looking at the top performers of the day. Now, just so you guys know, the CoinGecko numbers here, a little bit different than CoinMarketCap. We're at 2.1 trillion. That looks great. $94 billion worth of volume, and everything else pretty similar. Bitcoin coming in at 43,885. Ethereum at 30, over 3,000, over 3,100. I don't know if my $2,500 ETH by Valentine's Day prediction will be accurate. Guys, we got 6,000 viewers and 1,000 likes. Let's go ahead and make sure to smash that like button so that way we can get more people in the chat, more people watching this, more people to learn about crypto. That is what it is all about. So you guys make sure if you're watching on mobile, X out of that live chat in the corner, go to the like button, and then you can click the live chat button again. If you're watching on smart TV, bottom left-hand corner of your screen. More actions, more options. Hit react, and then like this video. Number one thing you can do as a BitSquad member. Okay, so let's check out XRP moved a pretty good bit. I think it's up 16% for the week. It's at about to say $1.20. That's not right. It's up 31% for the week, back at 80 cents. So really good. Cardano's at $1.20. Solana up 30% this week. I mean, we've had some really good movers here. Shiba up 50%. Wow. 64% for the week. Quant was 67% for the week. Cadena, Secret, XRP, Polygon, Elron, Phantom, RWE, VeChain. I mean, man, these are coins we like here. A lot of these are in our portfolio. So good to see that. Let's check out the biggest gainers for the week. Juno, don't know anything about that.
Gala.
Did you know? Gala up 90% for the week.
Yeah, it's been crushing it. I know the guys at MetaMoney been real happy. We run a node, a Gala node, which gives you a lot more capability within the games. So we've been running and earning with Gala, and paid off this weekend. That's for sure.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. Really good stuff. Okay, and then you got several others having a good day. All right, well, I guess at this point, let's bring on Frankie Candles.
Frankie.
Where's he at?
Where's Frankie Candles?
Frankie!
There he is.
Oh, here he comes. Here, I gotta
grab that other mic, too.
pop his little window up. Gotta pop his little window.
Is that what Jess says? Pop his little window up?
Go, buddy. Thanks, Dad. Anytime, son.
What's going on, guys? I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. It's a good day. It's definitely a good day. We're going to talk about this Bitcoin move, where I'm seeing the next level of resistance. It's actually a psychological level. And then we're going to take a look at a couple of altcoins. We'll check in on my Polkadot trade, as well as look at Atom and XRP as well. So let's hop on chart right now. So we've been waiting for this for a very, very long time. If you guys watch the stream every day, you know we have been looking at this weekly VWAP. Let me zoom in on it for you a little bit. So this yellow wave, let me get my brush tool. Oh, no.
Oh, look at that. Good job.
Nice and quick. Guys, I'm using a touchpad. I usually use a regular mouse, so I'm trying to get used to it, so bear with me. But yeah, so this yellow VWAP wave, we have been waiting for this to cross over this white zero line right here. And as you can see, look at him go. He just crossed over. We do have 6 days for this to confirm, but it is looking good so far. And if you look back in time, I've showed this a couple times on the stream, so I don't want to talk about it too much here. But every time we have a weekly VWAP crossover, for example, right here, you do see that we get pretty decent moves out of it. This one was 50-something%. So I'm expecting this to bring us up somewhere between, 48 and 50K. I think it has potential to do that. However, if you come down to the lower time frames, we are coming up to this resistance level right here at about $45,000. So this is where I'm going to be expecting people to be taking some profits. So I think we will see a good rebound off of this. I might actually scalp short it. Not shorting it all the way, just a little scalp short on leverage. But that is the next level of resistance that I will be looking for. But it's looking good, guys. It feels good to see some green lately. I think we had enough punishment in the red, since November. So this does feel good. Now, I do want to look. I know we were just talking about Gala. Oh, boy. Look at this thing go. I mean, wow. In the past 3 days, what is this move right here? About 100% in the past 3 days. That's intense. And if you guys do watch my live streams right after Around the Blockchain at about 6 o'clock, you will know that I was talking about this area right here. I was mentioning that I did miss Gala the first time, and I was not going to miss it this time. I was saying if that weekly VWAP does cross over, this would be a perfect entry point for Gala. So I'm happy I was able to get that to everybody before it happened, and it played out perfectly. So if you like getting the tips before, the insight on where these moves could happen before they happen, definitely watch my live streams after ATB. And then real quick,
now, is it just the tip or no?
It's just the tip, and then later on, sometimes we stay on a little later, and it gets fun. But yeah, so looking at DOT here, guys, I have been in a trade for DOT. I got in. I'm not sure exactly which candle, but it was around this green line here, at about 18 cents, $18.15, I think, and I am up about 337% on that trade right now.
Nice.
And I was sharing that on my live stream as well. So very, very happy about that. I do have a take profit at this green line right here because, we do take profits. I already took some profit off the table, but I'm riding it up. This is my next take profit right at this resistance here because you got to take profits on the way up. And last but not least, where's the XRP army? This thing, oh boy, look at this. This is on the daily chart. Look at this candle. This is just, this is one day. This is today. Let's get our measure tool here. And, look at that, about 20% just on this daily candle. We hit that resistance perfectly, came back down. So let's see if we can creep back up here and start fighting this resistance and see if we can flip it. But I think that's just about all I got for you guys. Pray for that weekly VWAP. It is looking great.
Amen. Thank you.
Amen. I'll see you guys next time.
All right. Now those are some good looking alts. It feels nice to see stuff moving. And I know a lot of people got XRP around that 75-cent range.
Yeah.
So probably good for them to see it getting back into the green.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely good when they go down and you can get, some accumulation at low price points. It's great that it's up 20-30%. Let's keep it in perspective. Still down a pretty good bit. So that's really what you got to balance during these times when, you are getting excited because altcoins are starting to move. Depending on where your entry is, this doesn't mean that things are just kind of come booming. I mean, you kind of look and see a downtrend here on the XRP chart to where, it's wanting to break up out of it, but we still need, some more confirmation. We need to get above this, line of resistance here in order to turn bullish. I'm hoping everything's going to, turn bullish. Certainly hoping for it.
Yeah.
And that brings us really to what we want to talk about. Is Bitcoin in a bull market or a bear market? Is Bitcoin going up or is it going down? Is this a sucker's rally? Is it a dead cat bounce? Is it a bull trap? What is it? So this is from, can you show the screen? I need to tweak this a little bit, I think. There we go. Okay. This is from Glassnode. You guys can check out Glassnode, glassnode.com. They've got some really good stuff there. This is their on-chain, notes from the week, the week's on-chain notes from the week. But I thought this was particularly interesting because this really, to me, summarizes exactly how everybody's feeling right now. After 3 months in a persistent downtrend, the Bitcoin market has caught a bid, with the market trading above and holding the psychological $40,000 level. However, with numerous macro and market headwinds in play, the question is whether this is the bottom or just a local bottom within a longer time frame bear. So basically, the long and the short of it is they go, no pun intended, they go through a ton of different charts here. The UTXO realized price distribution. We're going to take a longer look at some of these. The futures long liquidations dominance, which is interesting when you look at, things like the funding rates for leverage trading. They are still going down while the price is going up. That we haven't had any significant leverage flushes, as you can see right here when it comes to the open interest. And also, if you want to check out Will Clemente on Twitter, I think I retweeted this here. Yeah, if you guys go to my Twitter and check this out, you'll see an explanation of perpetual swaps, open interest, premiums, discounts, funding rates, and liquidation. So if any of this stuff is above your head, go check it out. It's actually a really, really good breakdown of what it is. So Well, keep going down here. We have the, let's see. We're going to look at the SOPR here in just a few moments, maybe. 14-day market realized gradient, Bitcoin monthly returns. Here we go. Mayor multiple. So you can actually get this chart, by the way, on Glassnode. You know, TJ, I discovered a whole other section of Glassnode.
Really?
I didn't know. Because I was searching for the mayor multiple, and sorry, I'm trying to stay centered here. For the mayor multiple, and I couldn't find it. And so I Googled mayor multiple Glassnode, and it came right up. This is over here in the workbench. This is in the workbench. It's got a whole, other charts here. But anyways, basically what this is I know it's a lot what you're looking at here. But this is the actual value of where Bitcoin should be compared to where Bitcoin is. This is an oscillator calculated as the ratio between price and the 200-day moving average. 200-day MA is widely recognized for established macro bull or bear bias. Mayor multiple represents a measure of distance away from this long-term average price as a tool to gauge overbought and oversold conditions. Has different, let's see, following the original analysis, overbought and oversold conditions historically coincided with mayor multiple values of 2.4 and 0.8 respectively. Now, this was created by Trace Meyer. I haven't heard anything from that guy in a while. You?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, he was everywhere there for a little bit. But it's really interesting when you look at this breakdown of this here. This is a more zoomed in, easier to see version of it. And you can look whenever Bitcoin has gone below this line here, below this green line right here, it has been some of the best opportunities to buy Bitcoin. And if you go back to 2000 and the end of 2018, you'll see this dramatic drop off down here. That is from the hash wars. So that was like pure manipulation. It's a long story. It's Bitcoin SV versus Bitcoin Cash. They pumped the market down. Everybody knew they were doing it, and that's when we bottomed. So that one is like a little bit of an outlier why it stayed down below it for so long and went so deep. But if you look at all the other examples since 2020, see we barely touched the line. And you can look up here and you can see how the green line here has been pretty good support for Bitcoin. It hasn't gone down beneath this green line except for a small handful of times. And it's very quick when it does happen. This goes all the way back to 2011. So the point here is the mayor multiple is telling you right now, Bitcoin could be a good buy. It could be a good buy. And, we're going to take a look here in just a second at, something else that seems to indicate that maybe 40,000 is going to be the new floor. That would be fantastic if you ask me. I just want to scroll down here to the summary. Just read what their summary is. Because I think this here is extremely important to you, to all of us, to understand this is what will cause the market to go bearish. As the Bitcoin prices bounce from multi-month lows, we investigated the potential driving mechanisms and evaluated the support provided by investors in the 30 to 40K range. The market lows of 33.5K set last week were associated with historical undervaluation across a range of metrics, including the mayor multiple, RTLR, and the monthly profile return profile. The market remains top-heavy in supply distribution, with over 25% of all Bitcoin holding unrealized losses. However, there is a reasonable degree of momentum behind this rally. This rally is real. There is momentum behind it, with short-term holders returning to profitability and the short-range MRG oscillators flipping positive. Key to watch. This is the most important part probably of this entire stream. Key to watch moving forward is whether long-term holders and older coins take exit liquidity and whether the rally can be supported by renewed demand, which has been lacking in general since the May sell-off. Here's what it all boils down to, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Are the holders that flip negative and have gone back positive, are they going to sell? Now, we're a big, advocate on this channel of taking profits. But I would not suggest taking 100% profits. You know, we're not taking 100% profits. We took a few percent off the board last week. We may take another few percent off, sell a few percent. That's okay. Take some profits or whatever is right for you. But if everybody starts completely cashing in all their crypto, then, you know, that's going to be the end of this. But right now, the momentum is real. There is actually momentum behind this rally. And of course, you have the SOPR. We're not going to get too much into it. We're going long here. This is if you go to Glassnode and check it out here, this is the long-term holder SOPR. It's an SOPR. It takes into account only spent outputs with a lifespan of at least 155 days and serves as an indicator to assess the behavior of long-term investors. So when you come here and check out the SOPR, what you see is a gigantic spike, extremely similar to what we had in July, right before the bottom. It went green immediately after that. Here's what's extremely interesting, okay? Here's what's extremely interesting. This green spike right here, 100% well, 100% may be, gross exaggeration, but almost 100% due to all of the money that was on Bitfinex that was moved. That's where this green spike comes from. I would tend to believe that this green spike back here was, Chinese miners at the time. So we're seeing similar characteristics. And this guy on Twitter, Root, he says likely the macro bottom is in. Notice how many people are talking about the short-term holders in the Bitcoin supply that they hold. This is a thread. This indicates long-term movement. Once again, just like the mirror multiple, bottom, 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 bottom. This is actually the lowest we bottomed since 2015. So take that in consideration. Maybe we do have a massive run-up. Maybe Benjamin Cowan is right. Was he extremely confident when he was on the show a few weeks ago? But, I saw him. He posted a tweet today. Lengthening cycle with anybody? Yeah, maybe.
Well, it just shows how fast things can change, too. It also is interesting. You said it was similar to 2015?
Yes.
Is that when they had the double bull cycle, the 2014?
No, it's 13,
14. Yeah. So it could be not the same, obviously, but somewhat similar to things we've seen in the past, even though we're in kind of uncharted territory here.
We are in uncharted territory. And you've got some people, Bloomberg, saying Bitcoin's 40K rebound is more of a floor than a ceiling with 100K in play. So should this worry you a little bit? Bloomberg telling you in their crypto outlook, they're still looking at $100,000. So very interesting. As you have everybody scared, is this going to be a new floor? Is 40K going to be a floor for Bitcoin going forward? We'll have to see. Definitely blow off top September 28th. Definitely. See that chapter. You didn't put a date on it. I gave you a date, September 28th.
Let me ask you
Just
this.
kidding.
Just hypothetically, they're talking about 40K potentially being the floor. If it's not 40K, do you feel pretty confident it's either 40 or 30K, approximately maybe 28? Do you see much more of a downside below 28 if it goes negative? I mean, I know it's hard to say for sure.
I am not, I've been in this long enough to know that almost anything's possible.
Yeah.
It's not going to zero, right? But I've been in this game long enough to know that whenever you start setting those price points that you just believe, it could never go below this. That's when you're indicating to the big money where the max pain is, can't possibly go below 28, Michael Saylor, you do have a lot of buying pressure, but you have to keep in mind when it dumps that low, those institutions are probably going to be part of the ones pushing it down on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would say my number is 18 to 21K. I don't see it going lower than that. I mean, right now, maybe it's not going that low.
Right.
But, 24 to 27K, I think is totally reasonable. If guys, we're just living in a different time right now. Mm-hmm. And we're going to look at that in this article in a second, talking about crypto and tech stocks. It is very, very, very interesting. Yeah. It'll never go below 47K again. That's true, actually, too. Yeah, it's true. It'll be true one day, maybe, hopefully. New Bitcoin price targets emerge as Bitcoin sizes up Wall Street open. You're going to move to the next tab here. The thing here is they got new price targets. Let's see. Do you think we can cross these numbers? Do you think we could flip 43 or 42K? The EMA represents a price point of 44K. What's it at right now?
It's pushing that way.
Almost 44 right now. Point is, it's almost already past the stuff from this morning. So very interesting. But this guy, Radio Silent here, he had this tweet, and I thought it was pretty interesting. I mean, it's just a graphic of the Bitcoin price and some other oscillators and stuff. But 43K, all eyes on crypto blockchain related stocks. Now, we've seen before Bitcoin start to get a little momentum, and then the stock market falls down. We've seen Bitcoin doing well, and some of these other blockchain related stocks not necessarily doing as well. So I think we do have to continue to watch this, to watch the stocks and crypto, because guys, they are correlated. They are correlated. Are they always correlated? That's a good question. Which, by the way, when Meta sold off, shed 25% of its value, you can see Bitcoin now back above Facebook and Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's company, of course, 831 billion, creeping up there back to Tesla. So if you were wondering, Bitcoin is better than Facebook. What I really want to show you guys this is Bitcoin becoming just another tech stock? Now, this is an extremely interesting article. Anyone who thought that the cryptocurrency markets would not correlate with traditional markets is having their assumptions challenged. It looks like Bitcoin is tracking NASDAQ, which means big investors are making the same moves. Sell Facebook, sell Bitcoin. Cryptocurrency investors want something other than a double leverage QQQ. Now, this is, of course, is a large, the Invesco ETF for NASDAQ. One of the biggest, I think it is the biggest one. I think. Definitely the most popular one for, regular people to invest in. Mm-hmm. Can regular people invest in an ETF, actually?
An ETF?
Yeah.
No. I mean, no, not really.
Yeah. Okay.
They can buy, they invest into it and the exchange trades on their behalf. They
you
buy
can
shares.
invest in QQQ as a retail investor? Somebody answer that question. I think you can. Yeah. But anyways, let's see. This is supposed to be a whole new world. What is happening with correlations? Bitcoin is down 12.9% against the dollar. Meanwhile, QQQ is down 10%. There is a higher correlation today than there was 6 months ago. What is really important, and this comes from, what's this guy's name? Martin Green, co-founder and CEO of Cambrian Asset Management. What is really important is that there are times when things are very highly correlated. Yes. So yes, regular people can invest there. Right. Regular people, retail investors can invest in QQQ. Thank you for that. You can tell how much stock I own. All the stock I own was in Peloton and Coinbase. So that tells you everything you need to know. Yeah, they shut the name company down. I'll tell you what. What's really important is there are times when things are very highly correlated, and there are times when they're not. I would say that recently, along the two axes, up and down, Bitcoin and tech stocks are in tandem because of interest rates and inflation concerns that have affected stocks and crypto. Crypto was originally intended to be a separate decentralized environment independent of traditional markets. Things have changed considerably since then. That means that the same factors that send tech stocks lower, like monetary policy, rising inflation, and weakening demand for some key tech product lines, like Facebook recently, can weigh on sentiment for crypto. It's a risk-off sentiment across the board. Still, the good news for retail cryptocurrency investors is that while Bitcoin tracks the market over a short period of time, crypto investing market is becoming more mature. Investors are becoming smarter and thinking longer term. These institutional investors and retail hodlers are less likely to trade crypto like they're in a Macau casino. Top crypto projects. I thought this was a very interesting quote. This is from a guy who's involved with a metaverse project. The top crypto projects, such as the top 100 by market cap, are much different than traditional stocks in terms of risk. I would say that is not true at all. Obviously, you're comparing apples to oranges here, But I would say I could definitely go find you some in the top 100. I think that's just a gross generalization. I think that if he would have said the top 20, I think generally I would have agreed with that. I mean, you got Shiba up there and some Dogecoin and some other stuff. But in general, I think closer to top 20, 10 to 20. I don't think top 100. I mean, we've looked at this before. 2017 or in January 2018 at the peak. The top 10 in crypto at that time, all 10 of them are still in the top 100. You get outside of the top 10, they start disappearing, down in the 700s, down in the 500s. So, definitely a good amount of risk. I just don't want you guys to be fooled. There is risk investing in altcoins. So, I think this is the last thing. For the retail investor with a few $100s in cash to be deployed, it's a demotivator. And yes, I want you to understand this. And BC Backer on tomorrow. That is correct. He will be here tomorrow. Guys, I need you to understand this because I understand there are a lot of you guys watching this chat right now and you fit in this category. You got a couple $100. A person with a few $100 to invest in crypto, like assuming you're not doing any more dollar cost averaging or whatever, it's going to be very difficult for you to take that $100 or a few $100, put it in Bitcoin and let it sit. And over time, it's going to make you rich. It's not really a reality. Okay. We're past that. However, you also are probably not going to be able to take that few $100, throw it in, the top 10 or 20 altcoins, however you want to break that up, and just set it and forget it and make a lot of money. That's not the way that this works, guys. If you want to be a person that's going to be able to turn a little bit of money into a lot of money, you got to be watching this channel every day. You have to be on crypto Twitter every day. You have to be involved in the crypto community. You have to understand the crypto culture because a few $100 to $100,000 just by hodling is probably not going to get you there at this point. Now, if you have several $1,000s, that possibly, but I'm talking to those people in the crowd that are, right now trying to figure out how are you going to get this come up. It can be done. It can be done, but it takes focus, research, and you got to be all in. And I don't mean all in with your money. I mean all in, heart, mind, soul when it comes to crypto. That is how you do it. All right. And I think also, the key point of this article I really wanted to, reference again was it's correlated right now. Right now, it's correlated. There are times when assets become very highly correlated, and then those times go away. And I think that is probably what we will see for Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin VIPs. We got Ted Cruz buying the Bitcoin dip. He's a Texas senator who talks a big game. Actually has something to show for it. I believe he is the grandpa from the Addams family, or the Munsters. Is that correct?
What?
Have you never seen that?
Uh-uh.
Well, it's time. It's time. Ted Cruz, Munsters meme. There it was. Grandpa. Yeah. It's the same guy. Is it not the same guy? That's got to be his Gramps.
Yeah.
Got to be, right?
I see it.
He is. Man, I tell you what. Look at this picture of this guy. That's a good face right there. I like that guy.
That's intense.
Okay. All right. I saw Ted Cruz in the Venetian. He walked right past me. I didn't even know it was him until he literally was like walking by my shoulder. I said, oh my gosh, it's Ted Cruz. It's while we were doing our meetup there.
Yeah, I remember.
So, but anyways, Raphael Ted Cruz, the junior Republican senator from Texas, putting his money where his mouth is. According to a financial disclosure.
His real name's Raphael and he goes by Ted.
Is that not normal?
I think I would go by Raphael. It sounds a much cooler name.
Raffy.
I don't know about Raffy.
Raff.
Good old Raff.
Call me Riff Raff. I'd want to go by Riff Raff. Jody High Roller in the house. According to financial disclosure, he bought between $15,000 and $50,000 worth of Bitcoin using the River brokerage. They promised him if he sent them 1/2 Bitcoin, they would send him a whole Bitcoin back. At the time, Bitcoin was trading between $36K and $37K, yada, yada, yada. So it looks like he's doing pretty good right now. So good for him for getting involved in buying Bitcoin. So you guys know all the senators and congressmen, they've certainly been in the public eye lately with what they have been buying and the money that they have been making. I see Corey Bates. I see you saying that. I don't know where that debate is. I wish I could tell you where my Peter Schiff debate is.
Yeah.
This is what I suspect. I suspect that was and they told me that they wanted to do a debate series, and this was the Daily Wire, and I think they had an idea for a really cool series. Me and Peter may have been the only ones that showed up, or they might have just decided to scrap that series because the numbers aren't going to really be relevant in terms of price, what we were talking about back then, but it was a good debate. I mean, it was very entertaining, very engaging. So we reached out to them. We hadn't heard back. I don't know where it is. So I wish you guys could see it because it was really good.
Yeah.
Tesla held $2 billion of Bitcoin as of late 2021 SEC filing reveals. So that means that they have not sold any more of their Bitcoin. We didn't know they sold a little bit off at some point. They recorded, listen to this, 101 million of impairment losses on Bitcoin. So from the time they bought it to the end of the year, it was down. Yeah. Well, yeah. They bought it at.
Did they buy in the 40s?
Bought it in the 20s, in like 29 or something.
That's what I thought.
Because remember, it was in that January, January dip. We hit 42, and then we went all the way down to, where did we go? 24, I think?
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's what I thought, too.
I think they bought it there. And then when it was 34, the announcement came, and it went all the way up to like 45. But I believe that was was it. So
how are they showing losses then?
Yeah, showing losses with Bitcoin. Look at him. What a boss. What a boss. What a boss. All right, moving on here. Latest from Putin and Xi suggests growing political interest in Bitcoin. But not only that. Not only is there growing political interest in Bitcoin, the Chinese and the Ruskies, they are possibly looking to do business together. What could that mean for America? Which keep in mind, by the way, Russia is going to introduce strategies for crypto regulation by February 11th. Our stablecoins meeting is tomorrow. We also will probably get an executive order on crypto. When do you think it'll come?
Let's see. It's the 11th Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Meetings tomorrow. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you think it'll come by the 11th? Is that what you're saying?
I think it'll come by the 18th.
Next week?
That would be the next week. It might be really interesting to see, like, if they hold it back a little bit till the end of the month. Maybe there's some XRP news or something. Maybe somehow they
lump it all together.
Big month for XRP too.
Yeah.
Or it's a big last day of the month.
And then the big Fed meeting in March. I mean, it's gonna be quite the photo finish or quite the fireworks end of February, early March with all of this stuff.
Yeah.
I think we'll know one way or the other if we're in a bear market or bull market by mid-March.
Yeah, absolutely. I tend to agree with you. I mean, I'm going to say March. Yeah. I'm going to want to see quarter one. I want to see the whole quarter before I really. Guys, I don't know if I'll ever be one to go out on a limb again like I did before. That was probably it for me, boys and girls.
Well, and somebody in the chat here saying the next Evergrande payment's due on the 14th.
Interesting.
It's the smallest payment they have due.
How about that?
Yeah.
So anyways, guys, back to this news here. Vladimir Putin issued a letter to the people of China. Vladimir Putin issued a letter to China, published by a local news agency, detailed ongoing trade between the two countries and mutually beneficial infrastructure projects. They also met in Beijing ahead of the 2022 Winter Olympics. Dropped some heavy conversation onto the wires. What a neat way to say that. Stemming from that meeting, the leaders issued a joint statement that confirmed Russia's backing of China in its disputes with Taiwan. No surprise there. Expressed concerns over a defense alliance led by Australia, UK, and US. What is a defense? What is this even about? Defense alliance. How are we gonna do that? I mean, I think in Australia, I don't know, like, really, what they want to defend over there, but I think if you don't wear a mask, they, take you out back.
I was gonna say, I don't think they have any guns, so
Yeah,
Not much.
that's right.
defense.
They gave them all up. You know, so you guys remember that. Those people really regretting over there.
Yeah, no shade.
Neighbors facing sanction may be turned to Bitcoin. So we know North Korea as well, you know, facing sanctions and stuff. Russia and China have been in crosshairs for many. We do know North Korea is already using crypto to get around sanctions. Virgil Griffin, he was an Ethereum developer. He went over there and, you know, gave a talk about how they should do it. And of course, he's in prison now for doing that. That's legal. I think that's spying. Yeah. We are consistently expanding settlements in national currencies, yada, yada, yada. So anyways, reading between the lines, this is from Bitcoin Magazine, and they like to assume a lot of things. It says China has been under pressure during the energy crisis, along with the EU. Let's see. Basically saying that there's a big problem with how much power it's using. This is a section from the letter. A mutually beneficial energy partnership is being formed between our countries. Along with the long-term oil and gas supplies to China, we have plans to implement a number of large-scale joint projects. So really interesting. See them really coming together. Wait, this says SWIFT. This is on top of that. Bitcoin has likely been proven desirable in its censorship resistance potential in the face of threats by Western nations hoping to cut Russia off from the SWIFT system. So not sure how XRP factors into all that, but you know, definitely an interesting story. Speaking of interesting stories, check this out. BuzzFeed backlash after doxing of Bored Ape Yacht Club founders.
Ooh, wow.
Mention of one of our favorite people in this. Article here. Should Web3 billionaires be able to avoid public scrutiny under the guise of a pseudonym? With no clear answer, the community has lashed out at BuzzFeed for publishing the true identity of the pair behind the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT collection. I tell you, we got some big news with NFTs coming. I tell you, we're having some interesting chats with some people, and we're going to be doing some cool stuff. So keep your ear to the ground. I know I've said it 7 times, but it's huge. American internet media and entertainment company BuzzFeed has revealed the identities of 2 of the 4 original Bored Ape Yacht Club non-fungible token founders. Gordon Goner and Gargamel is being Greg Solano and Wiley Arrow now in real life. Now, do you know the story about Gawker?
Like GAWK?
Yes. Yeah.
Refresh me.
Okay, so Gawker was like the most popular. It was like kind of the BuzzFeed.
Right.
It was one of the. I think it was the most popular. It was one of the most popular, at least. Kind of like rumor sites, like TMZ or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they published some stuff about. I think they published a sex tape from Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan sued them, and as popular and as big as they were, it broke the site. The lawsuit made the company go bankrupt, and it was done. It's not even a website anymore, I don't think. There may be some placeholder there. But, you know, I don't know. These Bored Ape Yacht Club people got a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know if these are the kind of people I would want to, you know, go toe-to-toe. I would assume they have more money than BuzzFeed.
Most likely.
Most likely. So, you know, I would say if I were y'all, I'd be looking at a little lawsuit action. That's not, you know, these 2 guys have worked pretty hard to hide it, and for good reason. I mean, they're the founders of this thing. Look, the Bored Ape Yacht Club has been nothing but, I think, nothing but transparent, nothing but a good community. No complaints I've ever heard people say. I mean, other than it's just a JPEG, you can save right click save. Outside of that, I mean, people like these people in general. So
I want a clip of that impression. That was pretty good.
Oh, it was Peter Thiel Peter Thiel was the one who
bankrupted
Gawker, but it was over the Hulk Hogan stuff.
Interesting.
So very interesting. Yeah. So, anyways, I would sue him if I were you. I'd at least punish him and make him go to court. All right. So they got docs. This is one guy. This is Gordon Goner right here. He looks, you know, I mean, Florida in the background. I think, you know, I read an article one time where they're from Miami. Or at least they've lived there for a long time. And then this is, let's see, here is Gargamel. He got doxxed. So why not? Web 2 me versus Web 3 me. So, yeah, I mean, Look, is he wearing a? Is that a cardigan?
I think it is.
Is that what you call that?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that? So I don't know. His name's Gargamel. I don't know if you know who the Gargamel character is, or if he drew inspiration. In a tweet on Saturday, crypto podcaster Kobe called the article typical BuzzFeed trash, saying that it was doxing people for clicks and ad revenue. Meanwhile, venture capitalist Mike Solana wrote, "There's absolutely no reason to dox these guys. They're literally cartoon apes." Ryan Selkis was also clearly unhappy with the story, sharing a 2009 tweet by the author in which she used a slur. Ugh, digging through tweets here. What motivates somebody to go and dig through someone's lifetime of tweets? Like Ryan, he writes good articles. I don't say anything bad about the guy. But, it seems to be a common thing. If you tweeted it, it's going to be out there. You better just know that. Then chickens come home to roost. So anyways, yeah, that's pretty much the story. That's it. So very interesting stuff with Bored Ape Yacht Club. Founders are doxxed. I've got one. It's nice. Mark Cuban's NFT company caught promoting scams for $25,000 post. This is the non-fungible NFT company. Mark Cuban is the owner. He says he has nothing to do with this. I've actually talked. I know one of the guys that runs this. Always seem like nice guys. But basically, a guy on Twitter, Space Cowboy, publicly claimed the verified Instagram account at NFT promoted shady projects that resulted in investors losing their money. Guys, certainly a lot of people have lost money in crypto, right? He claims the Instagram account was charging developers $100,000 for promotional posts and not disclosing as advertising to the Instagram account's followers. I mean, if they were doing that, I mean, that definitely is a no-no. The NFT Instagram account managed to obtain 1.7 million followers. CoffeeZilla. And this guy, he's an animal. CoffeeZilla. You don't want to get on CoffeeZilla's bad side. You want to talk about digging up tweets. He'll dig up your grandma if he thinks it'll help him out with the case. But here's the thing about this, guys. Here's the long and the short of the story. It's basically there is an Instagram account and a Twitter account, I think, as well with it. And there are people that reach out to them and want to advertise. I can tell you, we get hundreds of messages a week, which we've got more to say about this later in the week. But the point here is this, guys, if it's on somebody's account, you just have to know if it's an NFT project. First of all, they should be saying it's disclosed, or they should be disclosing if it's an advertisement for sure. But it doesn't matter if it's advertised or it's promotional or it's whatever. You shouldn't be throwing all of your money into random stuff you find on the internet, right? Do some research. If you do research into it after you find it somewhere and decide, you know what, I think this is something that I want to put money into, then I'll support that decision. If it turns out to be a scam, some of them do. Even with the very best research, you can't always tell. With the very best research, sometimes you just can't judge the heart and the motivations of people behind the projects. There are some major projects in crypto. I will leave them nameless, but major projects in crypto that, I would say scamish for sure. Scamish for sure in terms of they put so much stuff out there that they were going to do when it was hot, and they never had any plans to do any of it. You know what they had plans to do? Pump the price up. They had no plans to do any of this stuff. I've talked to so many projects. I know that's true. It sucks. And every time it happened, I've been like, but if they had so much potential, it seemed like it was so good. So guys, I'm telling you, we're going to be taking a very, very heavy stance on research going forward. We are really going to help you guys cultivate research strategies and your own strategy for figuring out how to pick NFTs, metaverse projects, gaming coins, play to earn games, crypto, stonks. Guys, we got 10,100 viewers. We got 3,159 likes. I know we can get that at least to 4,500.
Yeah.
At least.
On a green day, at least.
At least. And we got XRP coming up next. Oh, no, Sandbox Rumors. So there's a rumor going on, it's Sandbox, or about Sandbox here, as you can see. This is from NFT Ethics. You know that they're very ethical because they have ethics in the title. There is an unconfirmed, you know what? I want to go by, I want to start using the Twitter handle @MoralTweeter. Do you like that? I'll judge the morality of tweets.
Maybe.
That'd be
Maybe make
an
alt. That'd be funny.
Yeah. I've had a few of those.
Yeah.
Had a few where I did some fun stuff, but there is an unconfirmed rumor that Facebook is about to acquire the Sandbox game. It looks like regulation's coming sooner than later to this space. Imagine a scenario of huge consolidation where one successful rich NFT project buys up lots of other promising and undervalued NFT projects, and then after a year decides to sell it to Meta, Facebook, Microsoft, or any VC. From Web 3.0 to Rect 4.0, welcome to the Metaverse 19.84. So, guys, this is not true, okay? According to Sandbox, this is not true. This is not happening. But I do expect a lot of these metaverses to start buying each other up. I do expect that. I expect crypto projects to merge and buy each other up by the tech down the road. But a top exec at the largest metaverse platform never wants to sell to Meta. During a live interview at CoinDesk Thursday morning, no thanks, Sebastian Bourget, who's been on the channel before, COO of Sandbox, shot down rumors circulating on Twitter that social media giant was thinking of acquiring the metaverse platform. I hope it will never be happening. Bourget said of Meta potentially acquiring the Sandbox, one of the most popular metaverse platforms, which is owned by Animoca Brands. I don't see any compatibility here with what we're doing, he told CoinDesk. While he said Sandbox has been focusing on giving players true ownership like land within its game through NFTs, Meta has taken a different approach. They're keeping a mindset where they want as a platform to control the ownership of the user identities, the data of their users, and digital content produced by the users. Guys, centralized versus decentralized, okay? That is what we're facing here. No one that creates a beautiful decentralized world wants to give it to the evil empire. So hopefully that we won't ever see that happen. But I mean, I do expect Facebook to buy something down the road to help them with this. But the decentralized thing doesn't mesh with them. Like even if you go back to what they were doing, Libra, extremely centralized. They had the controlling interest because of all the people, all the advisors that were on their board, or all the holders of the nodes. They chose them specifically, or all companies they work with, right? They were going to determine the direction of that project. That's what they want to do in the metaverse. But people want an open place to play. That's what they want. They do not want Facebook telling them, what stories they can talk to their friends about. So, and then also we have this fun story. Meta Marriage, Decentraland hosts first metaverse wedding. This is an Arizona couple. Their big day didn't go quite as planned, showing that the metaverse still has a ways to go before it can reliably host a wedding and all the bells and the whistles of the real world. Wow, look at this. There they are in the metaverse. I tell you what, I would rather go to a metaverse wedding than a real wedding. No offense to people that get married. I'm married myself. My whole wedding was 10 minutes, and we did not elope at a church. 10 minutes.
Really?
My grandpa forgot like half the lines. He was the pastor.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he almost forgot to say kiss the bride, but my mom was on the front row like, kiss the bride.
I don't think you would have forgotten that part.
Huh?
I said I think you would have remembered that part.
Yeah, the whole thing was just I think what it was when he's flipping through the little book you're supposed to read, he skipped a page and he got all discombobulated. But it was awesome because the entire wedding from start to finish, if you were 10 minutes late to the wedding, you missed the whole thing. One of the things I'm the most proud of. I don't want to punish people with a long wedding. No offense to people that do, but not my thing. All right, moving on here. Last story, XRP. Here we go. XRP Army. Where's you at? Where's the XRP Army? Evidence against Ripple outside of scope of SEC. This is very interesting. See you there, Damon. Need to get you with the Meta Money guys. As to Chris Larson's email chain, his counterpart Carlos is a Portuguese national residing in Portugal, known to be one of the world's favorite crypto tax havens and generally a top tax haven for expats. Now, that's a quote without even like really telling you what's going on here. Basically, there were some emails that were found, and these are now being said to be outside of the scope. They may have possibly been damaging to Ripple, but not that damaging from what I've heard. What I've heard, they aren't necessarily that bad. They're not terrible, but it could have not been great for Ripple, but now they're going to get thrown out, which, by the way, I have Jeremy Hogan and John Deaton coming on in the live stream on February 28th, D-Day, or X-Day, some people may call it. The XRP lawsuit is heating up once again. Judge Annalisa Torres has refused to seal evidence against Ripple in a move that reiterates the public interest of the case. Guys, this is the first update we've seen from this case in forever. Like actual something going on. This is the first time in forever, like months, we've seen anything. Favoring public disclosure, the magistrate ordered 3 exhibits to be made available to garner particular attention from the community watching the case unfolding. Exhibit 179.4 shows individual defendant and Ripple CEO Brett Garlinghouse telling employees about XRP holders' expectations towards the price of the digital asset and Ripple's decision to lock up 55 billion XRP in escrow to address skepticism. Exhibit 179.5 shows individual defendant and former Ripple co-founder Chris Larsen exchanging emails with an XRP holder about XRP's price dynamics. So it's a no-no. Chris Larsen is not supposed to talk about, price, even though it's everywhere. You can't even say like, oh, it's CoinMarketCap, here's the price. Can't say that. Strategy of focusing on connecting banks serves both emerging trends. The more banks connect through Ripple Connect and ILP, the more demand we should see for XRP as an asset to reduce liquidity costs. Crypto Larson wrote to a foreign national residing. Let's see, that's what I was talking about here a second ago. Even if Larson did sell the digital assets as an investment contract, the evidence would likely be tainted in the eyes of a judge. So this is where he sold. This is so crazy. He sold XRP as a security. So basically what they're saying is like he sent a guy in Portugal some XRP for money, and they're saying that was an investment contract, even though it's like tradable on exchanges. Crazy. Attorney Jeremy Hogan analyzed the 2 exhibits a few days ago and considered them weak evidence to support the claim that Ripple sold and marketed XRP as an investment contract. They are grasping for straws at this point.
Exactly.
This didn't even count. It doesn't even count for them. This is nothing. Let's see. There will be the SEC's evidence that XRP purchasers are relying on Ripple to increase XRP's price. I just hope for the SEC that they have more and better evidence than these 2 documents. It seems to be getting back on track after several weeks of near despair among the community. Although the SEC's granted yet another extension, Judge Torres is getting her hands dirty, expected to rule on 3 motions very soon, including the long-awaited key ruling on whether Ripple's fair notice offense survives. So there you go. There's your XRP update. Pretty interesting to see what is going to go on here with the SEC lawsuit. So we got some Q&A here.
Yeah, we got a couple questions. Guys, if you have any more, drop them in the chat right now. First question, Ben, are you still 50-50 or are you leaning more 70-30 at this point?
I'm more 50-50 than 70-30. I'm feeling like 55-45.
And 55 in which direction?
55 bullish.
45.
I'm definitely feeling more bullish than bearish. But that bearish percentage is still a large amount. That's why I gotta keep practicing, telling you guys, cautious optimism. Cautiously optimistic. Where are you at on that?
Yeah, that's interesting. We were talking about that in the office this morning. I mean, I would say cautiously optimistic as well. I still feel, close to 50-50. I would lean more probably on the bearish side. I would probably leave 50, maybe 60-40 on the bearish side. I still feel pretty strongly we will at least retest the 28 to 30 range, if not lower than that. But when is the ultimate time? Could we pump up and, in this week and then retrace? But, still love to see it break out. Still love to see it go above. I think that's what everybody wants. But just experience tells me there's more pain to come, most likely.
Well, I think they call that PTSD.
Yeah.
I think that's what they call it. And that's what I'm going through. I'm going through it as well. Because I feel like everything we're looking at, taken in a vacuum, I mean, I can make a really strong argument that it had bottomed out. However, we have the knowledge of what Bitcoin generally does every 4 years.
That Yeah, that being said, this is looking pretty good right this
Pretty
minute to
good.
flip into 44. We're at 43,930, and a
Live watch.
lot of
Live
people
crypto.
flipping 44. They'd like that. So
Yeah, I would like to see that as well. I mean, but you guys got to keep in mind, 46K is the number. 46K is the number that a lot of people were pointing at as, a relief rally would get us to. I mean, look, don't get it twisted. I want us to go up. I mean, our portfolio didn't get to where I wanted to go, and it's way below where I want it to be now.
Yeah.
So it's way below where it was. Mega millions lost, but there's always get them next time.
Yeah.
Michael Payne says 100% bullish regardless of any drop. That's true. I mean, long term, we're always bullish. The price will go up. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. So you guys, great show today. Glad to be back. Like I said, we do have some stuff going on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so we'll be doing a little bit different of a live stream. And that's all I got. Be blessed. Way out.